It's that time of year again. The songs are playing, Christmas movies are back. The sales are on in hopes of getting your money. It doesn't matter who you are. It affects us all in different ways. This time of year means a lot of things to different people. There are many different opinions about Christmas, and some are very negative. There are those who don't like Christmas. For some, it's a religious conviction in which they don't celebrate it, while some are depressed because they can't afford to buy gifts. And there are those who are just plain old sourpusses with a Scrooge attitude. Political correctness hasn't helped much either. Some businesses and media are saying Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas. Just the mention of a baby in a manger will make some people blush. For a few years, secular radio would only play seasonal Christmas songs like I'll Be Home for Christmas or Santa Baby, and many others that left you feeling empty, ignoring songs like Oh Holy Night and Joy to the World. But thankfully, that's starting to change. A lot of folks hate Christmas because it's become too commercial, and we can all agree on that. Done your shopping yet? Even amongst some Christians, it gets a bad rap. Some like to downplay it by saying that Easter is the more significant day to celebrate. But they forget the simple fact that if it weren't for Christmas, there would be no Easter. I've read articles by people who question the scriptural validity of Christmas carols, and if we should be singing them at all based on the important question, did baby Jesus cry or not when the lowing of the cattle woke him up, as mentioned in Away in a Manger? It's not about presents, as some will say, and I'll answer that one in a moment. A Christian talk show host I used to listen to a few years back, who talked a lot about the occult and satanic practices, started talking about some of the occultic origins of Christmas. Of course, some of his listeners called him up and thanked him for exposing the evils of Christmas. And all that did was incite paranoia amongst some weak-minded believers who feared the devil more than they feared the Lord. And then there's Santa Claus. Most Christians don't have a problem telling their kids about this mythical character who comes down the chimney with presents. And there really is no harm in that, because it does appeal to the childish imagination. Even Dr. James Dobson will tell you that. Kids love make-believe, but some people have turned Santa into some kind of demonic being, which is total hogwash. It is a well-known fact that Christ wasn't born on the 25th of December. So this has become part of the discussion about, should we be celebrating his birthday like this? It really is irrelevant, though, when his actual birthday is. December 25th is when we celebrate it. So end of story. And all the other so-called complaints are irrelevant as well. So let's take the humbug out of Christmas. How, you might ask? Well, instead of complaining about what it's not, let's celebrate it for what it is. It is where God so loved the world that he gave us the greatest Christmas present ever given. That's right, I said Christmas present. And you thought it wasn't about gifts. Well, he gave us his only son as a gift of sacrifice to people who did not deserve it. The gift of salvation and adoption into God's family. The manger is where the road to Calvary began. So let's respond by giving God a gift. Now, what do you give to the God who owns everything? Well, as John 15:12 says, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you." Plain and simple. So what does that look like? Loving your neighbor as yourself. And here are some practical ways. Do you know someone who is alone this Christmas? Perhaps invite them over for Christmas dinner. Or make some bag lunches and deliver them to people on the street, like the people who are standing at an intersection with a sign, or drug addicts on Skid Row. Bless a family who have nothing with some groceries. Give toys to needy children. Visit someone who is a shut-in. In short, make somebody's day at Christmas. It really is about giving. Yes, the gifts and wrapping paper are nice, and there's nothing wrong with that. But a gift of something that is more than just material is even better. By doing this, you are giving to the Lord. John 13:35 says, "By this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." So this Christmas, take time to enjoy what Christmas is all about. Peace and goodwill. Even through the busyness, if you hear a Christmas carol, take a moment and thank God for the gift Christmas means. Enjoy a moment of peace during the busiest time of the year. Take in a Christmas Eve service somewhere. And let's not give any attention to the negative opinions. Instead, let's celebrate it. Christmas is a time for all good things that come with the season. Carols, pretty lights, decorations, eggnog, Christmas cookies, going to Grandma's house, and the many tradition. And yes, even Santa Claus himself. Wish someone a Merry Christmas instead of Happy Holidays. Share the gift of love, smile at a stranger, and make the most of this Christmas season. Sound impossible? Not at all. If we all do our part, we can actually take the humbug out of Christmas.